there is nothing that God does to you that he doesn't do for you. Brother and sister, do you believe that nothing can hinder the Lord from saving, by many or by few? Whether we have much money or no money, high test scores or low test scores, many job opportunities or no job opportunities, high intellect and talent or low intellect and talent, many sins or few sins, many failures or few failures. Nothing can hinder the Lord from saving. When God told Moses that he would feed the people in the desert with meat, here's what Moses replied to God. Moses said, "Here I am among 600,000 men on foot, and you say I will give them meat to eat for a whole month? Would they have enough if flocks and herds were slaughtered for them? Would they have enough if all the fish in the sea were caught for them?" Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Sounds just like the disciples to Jesus when he said, "You give them something to eat." I love God's response to Moses. Is the Lord's arm too short? Is the Lord's arm too short? Moses, are you calling my arms short? You will now see whether or not what I say to you will come true. God told his people in Isaiah, "Was my arm too short to ransom you? Do I lack the strength to rescue you? By a mere rebuke, I dry up the sea." Friend, do you believe, as Jonathan believes, that nothing can hinder the Lord from saving? It does not matter if there are 10,000 grains of sand or one. God saves just as effortlessly. God delivers from trials just as effortlessly. So in verse 7-14. And his armor bearer said to him, "Do all that is in your heart. Do as you wish. Behold, I am with you, heart and soul." Then Jonathan said, "Behold, we will cross over to the men, and we will show ourselves to them. If they say to us, 'Wait until we come to you,' then we will stand still in our place, and we will not go up to them. But if they say, 'Come up to us,' then we will go up, for the Lord has given them into our hand. And this shall be the sign to us." So both of them showed themselves to the garrison of the Philistines, and the Philistines said, "Look, Hebrews are coming out of the holes where they have hidden themselves." And the men of the garrison hailed Jonathan and his armor bearer and said, "Come up to us, and we will show you a thing." And Jonathan said to his armor bearer, "Come up after me, for the Lord has given them into the hand of Israel." Then Jonathan climbed up on his hands and feet, and his armor bearer after him. And they fell before Jonathan, and his armor bearer killed them after him. And that first strike which Jonathan and his armor bearer made killed about 20 men, within it, as it were, half a furrow's length and an acre of land. Stop right there for now. Jonathan sets up this test case to discern the will of the Lord. He's essentially asking God for a sign. Now, what's interesting is that the sign that he asked for, as Robert Bergen writes, who's a commentator, writes, his sign defied all military logic. First, he would give up the element of surprise. It's very common knowledge that in military battles, you want the element of surprise. But Jonathan says, "We will cross over toward the men, and we'll let them see us." Gives up the element of surprise. 2, he would avoid a skirmish with the Philistines if they abandoned their position of strategic superiority on the hilltop and exhausted themselves coming down to his position. In other words, he says, look, they have a position of superiority, the high place in military. High ground is always the best ground. And Jonathan says, if they leave their high ground and come down to us, taking away their advantage, we will not fight them. On the other hand, he would attack if they challenged him to scale the sheer